Okay, so first of all, I welcome all of you in this lecture. So, good morning to everyone. So, let me present my screen to you. Yes, please let me know. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can anyone remind me what we did in my last lecture?
Last lecture uh, उसके आगे
I think we have solved this illustration number 30, right? If I am not wrong, then I think we have covered this illustration number 30. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's begin with our next PDF. Okay, now we are going to deal with examples with entry, exit loads and without dividend. See, now till now we have already studied those examples where there will be no entry or exit loads in our problem. Now we are dealing with such illustrations where there will be some entry or exit load involved in our problem. So first of all, tell me, what do we mean by entry and exit load? These are nothing but what? Yes, these are nothing but, can I say these are nothing but charges?
entry load is charges.
Both loads, in fact, are the charges. Okay. And remember, you can relate this entry and exit load with the brokerage in case of shares. So, in case of shares, in case of purchase price, we are going to add brokerage in market price to obtain the purchase price. But in case of selling price, we are going to subtracting that brokerage. The same trick we are going to play over here. We are going to add entry load in net asset value of purchase, and we are going to subtract exit load in net asset value of sales, or you can say net asset value of redemption. So keep this idea in your mind. Okay, for finding the purchase price and the selling price, or you can say redemption price. So let us begin with our illustration number 32. Okay, so illustration number 32 is Uday invested rupees 40,000 in a mutual fund on 21st May 2007 when net asset value was rupees 15.1273 with an entry load of 2.25%. Calculate value of his investment on 21st May. Also find value of his investment on 20th November 2007 when net asset value was rupees 19.4372. So first of all, tell me, have you understood this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us try to list down the things which are given to us in this problem. So what is this 40,000?
Invest amount invested.
So this is amount invested. What is this 15.1273?
Purchase NAV.
So purchase net asset value. And here you can see there is an entry load of 2.25%, which means what? For finding
Brokerage
the
charge.
purchase price, we are going to add this entry load on the net asset value. Okay, which means what? First, we are going to find out 2.25% on this net asset value. And after calculating that, we are going to add that amount in net asset value of purchase to obtain the purchase price, which you can see over here. Okay, so purchase price is nothing but net asset value on purchase plus entry load on purchase. Entry load on net asset value of purchase. So first you find out what is 2.25% of 15.1273. After calculating that, you just add that amount in 15.1273. And please let me know, are you getting the same answer or not? Okay, you can put your answers in the chat box. Okay, so Dhananjay is getting the same. What about others? Yes, others are calculating or not? See, whenever there is my lecture, you need to sit along with calculators. So जब तक और कोई चैट बॉक्स में आंसर पुट नहीं करेगा तब तक हम आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे. So if you want me to go further, then please put the answer in the chat box. Okay, so Sally is also getting the same. Okay, so this is all about purchase price. Okay, now let us read the next line. So they ask us to say, calculate value of his investment on 21st May. Okay, now they ask us to find out the value of his investment on 21st May. So if I observe the formula for investment, then I am having net asset value on 21st May multiplied by the number of units. Okay. Now observe, do we have number of units in our problem? Yes. Do we have number of units in our problem?
No, sir.
Which means what? Now our aim is to calculate the number of units. So we are having the formula for calculating the number of units, that is number of unit purchased is nothing but amount invested divided by the purchase price. See, for this formula we want purchase price. That's why initially we have calculated the purchase price. So amount invested is how much?
40,000.
40,000.
40,000. So you divide this 40,000 by the purchase price which we just obtained. And please put your answer in the chat box. And don't see the answer in the book because it might happen that this answer may be correct, may be incorrect. Okay, so Dhananjay is getting 2586.034. Siley is also getting similar kind of thing. Okay, so here we have get the number of units to be 2586.034. Okay, now you multiply this number of units with net asset value on 21st May for getting the value of investment on 21st May. Okay, so multiply these two quantities and put your answers in the chat box. Okay, so Pallavi is getting 39,119.71. Priyanka is getting 713. Dhananjay is getting 39,119.712. Okay, so after rounding off, you can say that it is 0.713. Okay, these are some slight errors. Okay, which your calculator do. In fact, it is not calculator mistake, it is your mistake. Okay. Now this is all about value of investment on 21st May. So we have covered till line number 3. Now let us read out from this line onwards. So also find value of his investment on 20th November when net asset value was rupees 19.4372. Now, before going to find out this value of investment after redemption, you just need to check whether there is an exit load involved in our problem or not. So, observe, do we have any exit load in the problem? Yes. Do we have any exit load in
No,
the
sir.
problem? Okay. So, we no need to bother about exit load because that is not mentioned in our problem. Okay. So how you are going to calculate value of his investment on 20th November when there is net asset value is given to us, which is nothing but 19.4372. What you can do is
Multiply by number of units.
exactly. So you just multiply this net asset value by number of units, which we have already calculated. So please do this multiplication and let me know what is your answer. Now I am not showing you any answer, so you need to calculate it. Okay, so Pooja is getting 5265.26. Dhananjay is also getting the same answer. So let us check what is there in the book. Mansi is also getting the same. Okay, so you can see in the book the answer is exactly same. Is the problem clear?
Sir.
Okay, so let's move on the next problem then. So our next problem is illustration number 33. Rohit invested rupees 18,000 in a mutual fund on 3rd April 2008 with a net asset value of rupees 75.1092 and entry load of 2.25% of the net asset value. He sold all the units on 17th September 2008 with net asset value of rupees 97.2516 without any exit load. Find his total gain and rate of return. So first of all, observe this problem and let me know have you understood this problem or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me what we have to find out in this problem. Yes, what we have to find out?
We have to find total gain and rate of return.
Total gain and rate of return. So what is the formula of total gain?
Total gain is equal to amount invested minus amount received.
Is it like that?
No, amount received minus amount invested.
Exactly. Now observe, do we have amount received in our problem? Yes. Do we have amount received in our problem?
No, sir.
No. See, we have the formula of gain is amount received minus amount invested. AR is for amount received and AI is for amount invested. Okay, now we don't know about amount received in our problem. What about amount investment? Amount invested?
18,000.
18,000. So amount invested is given to us in our problem. Okay, now our first aim is to calculate amount received. But for calculating amount received, we want number of units. Okay, so let us first calculate the number of units using net asset value on purchase and amount invested. But if you observe this problem carefully, then in that problem we are having entry load, which is nothing but 2.25% on net asset value of purchase. So you first calculate what is 2.25% on net asset value of purchase and let me know what is your answer for entry load. Yes, what is 2.25% of? Yeah. See, Dhananjay, you are saying about purchase price per unit. I ask you to calculate entry load. Okay, so by rounding off, you can say that the entry load is 1.69. Okay, so this is entry load on net asset value of purchase. Now you add this entry load in net asset value of purchase to find out the purchase price per unit. Okay, so Dhananjay is saying it is 76.7992 after adding this entry load in net asset value of purchase to obtain the purchase price per unit. Now we know what is amount invested and we know that the purchase price per unit. So using this two, now we can able to calculate the number of units. So number of units are nothing but amount invested divided by purchase price. So please do this division and let me know what is your answer for this number of units. So Dhananjay is getting 234.377. What about others? So Pooja is also getting the same. So let us check. Okay, so here we are getting the number of units to be 234.377. Okay. Now as you can see that there will be no exit load involved in our problem. Which means what? Net asset value on redemption is same as redemption price per unit. Okay. So redemption price per unit is same as net asset value on redemption, which is nothing but 97.2516. So how you are going to calculate amount received? Amount received is nothing but net asset value on redemption multiplied by the number of units. So please do this multiplication and let me know what is your answer. So Pooja is getting 22,793.538. Okay, and others are rounding towards 4. So 222,793.54 after rounding. Okay, so this is all about our amount received and we already know about amount invested. So please do this subtraction and let me know what is your answer for total gain. So Dhananjay is getting 4793.54. What about others? Okay, so others are also getting the same. So let us see what is there in the book. So you can see total gain is nothing but 4793.54. Okay, now if you observe this illustration number 33 carefully, then they ask us also to find out the rate of return. Okay, and we have already know the formula for rate of return. So rate of return is nothing but redemption price minus purchase price. Okay, now see, as there are loads involved in my problem, so now we are converting redemption net asset value and purchase net asset value in terms of redemption price and purchase price. Okay, so if you see, then originally we are having the formula of rate of return as redemption net asset value minus purchase net asset value divided by purchase net asset value multiplied by 100. But as you can see, there is the entry load involved in my problem. So we are converting the whole formula in terms of redemption price and purchase price. Okay. So these are some slight changes whenever there is some loads involved in my problem. So you just put the redemption price and purchase price in this formula and tell me what is the answer you are getting for rate of return. So Dhananjay is getting 26.63. Dhananjay, you need to add percentage symbol at the end because here we are multiplying with 100. What about others? So Sahil is getting 26.63%. So let us check. Okay, so rate of return is 26.63%. ओके इसीलिए धनंजय ने खाली 26.63 आंसर दिया था. Which means what? Dhananjay is observing from the book. Okay, so let us move on the next illustration, that is. Okay, Dhananjay. Yes, I can understand. Typing से कभी कभी वो हो जाता है. So these are nothing but typo errors. Okay, so observe the next problem. So Anuj invested rupees 12,000 on 10th August 2008 at net asset value of rupees 43.378. Afterwards, he redeemed all his units on 27th October 2008 with total gain of rupees 875.15. If the entry load was 2.25% and exit load was 1%, find the net asset value on 27th October 2008. Now tell me, have you understood this problem?
Yes, sir. First is given amount invested 12,000. Second is net asset value
On,
of purchase
yes.
4,000 43,000.378.
Then,
Then entry load is given 2.25 percentage. And exit load is was 1%.
and what
And
is
the
this
net asset
875.15?
is a total gain.
So this is our total gain. And what is our aim? What we need to find out?
Find net asset value 27 October 2008.
Which means what? Which net asset value we are going to find out?
Mm, amount received.
You can say he redeemed all his units on 27th October and they ask us to find out net asset value on 27th October, which means what? This net asset value is on redemption. Okay. So which formula you are going to use? First of all, observe there is an entry and exit load. Okay. So first we are going to add this entry load in the purchase in the net asset value of purchase to find out the purchase price per unit. So calculate what is 2.25% of 43.378 and check whether you are getting the same or not. Okay, so Dhananjay is getting the same. What about others? Okay, so Pooja is also getting the same. Now what you are doing is you can do this or you just add this entry load in the net asset value of purchase to find out purchase price. Okay, so after adding we are getting it is 44.354. So this is all about our purchase price. Okay. Now our aim is to first find out the number of units and amount invested is known to us. So please do this division and let me know what is your answer for number of units. So Dhananjay is getting 270.550 and in the book it is 055. Priyanka is getting similar like which is there in the book. So Dhananjay, you please check whether you did some typo error or not. Okay, Pallavi is getting something different. 270.55. There is no zero in between. Saili is getting like Dhananjay. Badal is getting like Pallavi. So what I need to consider?
Calculating part.
Rifat is getting something different. 277. So please check. Okay. So let me remove this zero because majority are getting 270.55.
Because it is typing mistake.
Okay. Okay, so number of units are nothing but 270.55. Okay. Now you can see there is an exit load involved. Now what we are going to do when there is an exit load involved? यस, किसमें से सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं एग्जिट लोड?
redemption price.
Redemption net asset value. It is not redemption price, it is redemption net asset value. But do we know redemption net asset value?
No.
No, sir.
No. So we are going to assume that redemption net asset value to be x. Okay, and we are going to calculate 1% on x. So 1% on x is nothing but x by 100. Okay, which is nothing but 0.0x. Okay, 0.0x. This is 1% on x. And we are going to subtract this 1% on x from x, which is our redemption net asset value. So x minus 0.0x, or you can say 0.01x.
Is 0.99 coming x.
Okay, so it is 0.99x. So this is our redemption price per unit. यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
ओके, अब हम क्या कैलकुलेट करेंगे? अमाउंट रिसीव्ड, बिकॉज दे गिवन अस अबाउट टोटल गेन, एंड वी नो दैट द फॉर्मूला ऑफ टोटल गेन इज अमाउंट रिसीव्ड माइनस अमाउंट इन्वेस्टेड. So here we are going to calculate amount received first. So amount received is nothing but redemption price per unit, which is 0.99 times x multiplied by the number of units, which is 270.55. You remove this 0. So tell me, what is your answer for amount received? Yes, what is your answer for amount received? 267.844. And what about x? Yes, what about x? Yes, Mansi, you need to multiply that number by x. So which value I should consider? So let us consider 267.844. If you want, you can consider phi along with it times x. Okay, so this is our answer for amount received. Okay, here I am having 267.8445 times x. Okay, now we are having the formula for total gain as amount received minus amount invested. Amount invested is given to us. Total gain is also given to us in our problem. So you just shift this amount invested on the left hand side, and please do this calculation and tell me what is the answer of x you are getting. So Dhananjay is getting 48.069. What about others? See, I am waiting for your answer.
सर अगर इसमें राउंड ऑफ नहीं किया तो चलेगा ना?
यस, राउंड ऑफ नहीं किया तो भी चलेगा. सी, अगर आप राउंड ऑफ करते हो देन यू मे हैव सम एरर्स. अगर आप राउंड ऑफ नहीं करते हो देन योर आंसर विल बी मोर एक्यूरेट. Okay, this you will study in higher calculations, some error वाला part. Okay, but हम उसमें नहीं जाएंगे because for your level it is not mandatory. Okay, आपने खाली ये इनिशियल के 2 डिजिट्स करेक्ट निकाले then also it's fine. Okay, so I hope you understand this problem. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on the next problem then. So Abhijit invested a certain amount in a mutual fund. Now you can see a certain amount, which means what? At the end, we need to tell something about this. So Abhijit invested a certain amount in a mutual fund on 17th January 2008 to purchase how many units? 343.462 units. He redeemed all units on 17th July 2008 when net asset value was rupees 78.1564. The entry load was rupees 2.25% and exit load was 1%. If his gain was 5348.64, find the net asset value on 17th January. So first of all, tell me which net asset value we need to find out, whether it is on purchase or
Purchase.
on sales.
Purchase.
So this is on purchase. The same thing you are going to do, okay, which we have did in previous illustration. But in this case, you need to find out purchase net asset value. Previously, we found out redemption net asset value. So can I leave this illustration for your homework?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is your homework for today's lecture.
Lecture is over.
Do you want me to stop this lecture here?
No.
Okay, देखते हैं. So you can see this is a quite small problem. So can I take this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us see this last illustration for today's lecture, that is illustration number 36. Rohit invested 25,000 to purchase 2500 units of ING Mutual Global Real Estate B Plan on 4th April 2007. Okay, so this is the name of some company. He decided to sell the units on 14th November 2007 at net asset value of rupees 16.4. The exit load was 2.5%. Find his profit. Okay, now if you observe this problem carefully, then in this problem they ask us to find out the gain, or you can say profit. And what we know about profit? Profit is nothing but what? Total sales minus total purchase, or you can say amount received minus amount invested. Okay, so here amount invested is 25,000, which is given to us, and we don't know about amount received. So first our aim is to find out amount received. Now you can see number of units is known to us, purchase amount, or you can say amount invested, is also known to us. Then net asset value on sale is also known to us, which is nothing but 16.4. This is mentioned in our problem. And if you observe, then there is an exit load which is 2.5%. So first you find out 2.5% on net asset value of sales. So 2%, 2.5% of 16.4 is nothing but 0.41. So please check whether you are getting this same or not. Yes, so you are getting the same. Okay, so this is all about exit load. Now see, now in this case there will be no percentage Pallavi. Okay, because we are already dividing by 100. Okay, so in case of selling price, what we are going to do is we are subtracting this exit load from net asset value of sales. So you just subtract 0.41 from 16.4. And after subtraction, you are getting the selling price per unit is nothing but 15.99. Is it or not? नहीं, वो आपसे कुछ मिस्टेक हुई होगी, कभी शो नहीं होगा परसेंटेज में. और अगर परसेंटेज में शो हुआ तो वो 41% शो होगा. Okay, so selling price per unit is nothing but 15.99. So how you are going to find out total sales? It is just the multiplication of number of units into selling price per unit. So do this multiplication and tell me what is your answer for total sales. Okay, so Rifat and Sahil are getting the same. Okay, so this is all about our total sales. Now you know how to find the profit. Profit is nothing but total sales minus total purchase. So please check what is the answer of profit you are getting. One four nine seven five. Exactly. Okay, so this is our answer for profit. I hope this problem is clear.
Okay.
Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me stop this lecture here then. Remember, illustration number 35 is for your homework. So please do this illustration, and if you have any kind of difficulty, then please let me know in my next lecture.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let me stop this lecture.
Bye, sir.